People today took time to celebrate St. Patrick's Day, and among the activities here in northeastern Wisconsin was a parade in downtown Green Bay. In a First Alert update, Samantha Cavalli shows us some of the highlights from along that route.
Shamrocks and smiles all around during downtown Green Bay's annual St. Patrick's Day parade, even with the cold weather that didn't seem to bother people from coming out and enjoying today's festivities. Everyone, no matter their age, showed up in their best green outfits and shamrock accessories to celebrate the holiday, because today, everyone is Irish. Samantha Merkis with Downtown Green Bay says the family-friendly event celebrates Green Bay's Irish heritage in the heart of downtown.
You know, this is one of the days out of the year where, the people who are Irish are able to really celebrate their culture and their heritage. So I think just being able to put on an event in a parade where they can come out and march and be proud of what their past and who they are, I think is really cool.
The parade highlighted local Irish family clans and featured Irish heritage dancers. Family-friendly activities were available inside as well, like bracelet making and coloring. Sue Ang has been an official leprechaun for 15 years. St. Patrick's Day means several things to her.
The gathering of family and celebrating, who we are, and also appreciating what the original St. Patrick did in the use of the shamrock and spreading Christianity.
She says she loves sharing the joy of her nationality and how others embrace Celtic culture. Merkis agrees.
St. Patrick's Day to me just means getting out together, getting together with your friends and family, and just kind of having a day to have a good time and have fun.
In Green Bay, Samantha Cavalli, Action 2 News.